I don't even have a clock up there today. I don't like not having my clock. My clock's not there. Alrighty, good morning. It's come to 9:30. I am like not at my usual clock, so I'm having to watch somewhere else because there's a white screen. I don't know if I like that. Anyway, good morning. We are calling to order the employment training panel of May 29th, 2026 to order at 9:30 a.m. I'm going to pass over to staff for housekeeping and roll call.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending the May 2026 panel meeting. Before we begin, there are a few housekeeping announcements. If you are here in the hearing room and in order to avoid a persistent disruption of the proceedings, please do not stream via mobile device or connect to the Zoom platform as it will interfere with our recording and sound system. If you are attending the meeting in person and presenting or providing comment, please step up to the podium and speak clearly and directly into the microphone. For those who are viewing or attending the meeting virtually and would like to make a public comment, please use the raise hand feature and wait for your name to be called, at which time you will be unmuted. When providing comment in person or online, please speak clearly, state your name, title, and the company you are representing, and you will be given 3 minutes to speak. Lastly, to ensure a respectful and professional environment, please keep side conversations to a minimum while inside the hearing room. If you need to have a discussion, kindly step outside to avoid disrupting the meeting. We will now proceed with roll call. Douglas Tracy.
Present.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Present.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Present.
Ricky Smiles.
Present.
Mike Greenlee.
Here.
Emily Desai.
Present.
Presenting remotely is Gretchen Newsom.
Present and in compliance with the Bagley-Keene remote participation law. I'm also joined by my partner, Christopher Erickson Jr., and my son, who's now an adult and just graduated yesterday, Leif Newsom.
Chair Betancourt, there are 6 members present and 1 virtual member. There is a quorum. Also present, Jessica Grimes, Executive Director, Kumani Armstrong, Assistant Director, Chief Counsel, Tara Armstrong, Deputy Director of Technology, Chief Information Officer, and Laura Campbell, Chief Deputy Director.
All right, thank you. So I am going to move to the approval of the May panel meeting agenda. Are there any changes, amendments anyone wishes to make, or do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Can we go to roll call for that one?
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so that's the May panel meeting agenda approved. We shall now move to the April panel meeting minutes. Is there any member who wants to make any corrections to April's panel meeting minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Any public comment on the April meeting minutes?
There are no public comments online.
And none in the room. We shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, with those all done, we shall move over to the executive reports.
Thank you, Chair Betancourt. Good morning and happy Friday to everyone. Welcome to our final panel meeting for the 2025-26 fiscal year. It has been an amazing, wonderful year, so I want to take a moment to express my gratitude by thanking ETP staff, panel members, contractors, and everyone involved for all that you do in support of California's workforce. As we look ahead to the 2026-27 fiscal year, the foundation we laid this year has set us up for continued success, where we remain committed to building upon that progress. Before we move into today's agenda, I'd like to briefly highlight the impact of the program to date. If the projects presented today are approved, these figures will represent the year-end accomplishments and overall impact of ETP this fiscal year. To date, 290 proposals will have been approved, serving an estimated 73,470 trainees. Of those proposals, 91 projects representing 31% support the manufacturing sector and are expected to serve approximately 32,281 trainees, or 44% of all of the trainees. 57 projects support high unemployment areas for a funding amount of $13.6 million, serving approximately 12,142 trainees. 77 projects support small businesses with $16.5 million in funding to serve approximately 12,881 trainees. Approximately $1.1 million was allocated to contractors affected by the Los Angeles wildfires and is expected to serve 420 trainees. More than $204,000 was allocated to contractors serving veterans and is expected to benefit approximately 112 trainees. One important metric that I'd like to highlight is our closed contracts. These completed agreements reflect the successful fulfillment of training commitments across the state and demonstrate the impact of ETP investments in supporting California's workforce and employers. Since the start of this fiscal year in July 2025, ETP has successfully closed 296 contracts, resulting in contractors earning $70.1 million, with 58,681 trainees successfully completing their training and meeting all retention requirements. Of these contracts, 32 were from multiple employer contractors, 80 apprenticeships, 126 were single employer contractors, 53 small businesses, and 5 were from critical proposals. These numbers represent real people with real stories. These outcomes evidence continued progress and a growing commitment to invest in California's employers and the talent pipeline across diverse industries in California. For this panel, we have 25 proposals submitted for review. If approved, ETP will distribute approximately $7 million. 40% fall within the priority industry sector of manufacturing, 36% represent small businesses, 60% repeat contractors, and 40% from new contractors. The proposals will be presented for review and action by Jenna Lazarovich. Additionally, we have 4 important updates to share today. 3. First, Liz Testa from ETP's legal team will represent the updated medical skills guidelines for panel review and consideration. Second, Jana Lazarovich will announce the Social Entrepreneurs for Economic Development 3 Grant Award recipients. This marks the 3rd round of the SEED program, continuing efforts to support the entrepreneurship of immigrants and limited English proficient individuals who face employment barriers. And last, Jana will also present the updated Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Training Program Fund Guidelines. That concludes my portion of the executive report, so I will now hand it over to Matt Cable to continue the executive report, and thank you all.
Thank you, Executive Director Grimes. Good morning, panel. Mike Cable here with your legal unit. To give you a quick legislative update, we are tracking the 2025-2026 legislative session. The legislature is currently in session. There's no committees this week. Everything is on the floor. Today is the last day for bills to get out of their house of origin, and you have a panel packet with the alleged memorandum in it of the bills that we're tracking. There's a couple that I do want to point out as we've been talking about them all along. The first is AB 1534, which is the Workforce Pell Grant Bill. You'll see that on page 1. That did get out of the Assembly, and it's currently with the Rules Committee in the Senate, waiting for to be sent off to committee. The other is SB 1059. That's the ETP bill that we've been tracking. That's on page 3. That did get out of the Senate. It's currently being held at the desk with the Assembly. Oftentimes, that means there may be some further negotiations and discussions, so we are tracking those communications, and we're continuing to track these bills. Lastly, on the final page there, you'll see that we've included a couple of the budget bills, the 2 current operative budget bills that are going through the legislature. Maybe a couple things to point out for that is you'll see that the ETF for this current budget bill is $127,493,000 as a total. And the amount allocated for training contracts is $100 $119,705,000. This is just my quick overview for you. If you have any questions, I can take those now, or if not, I will hand it on to our next presenter. I will
Any
hand it off
questions?
to Laura then. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome panel members and stakeholders. Thank you for the opportunity to provide a summary of the Employment Training Panel's funding. Before I begin, we would like to welcome a few new staff. Selene Mujica is the new supervisor of the Planning and Research Unit. Mitch Mogadassi is the new supervisor over the Budget Administration Unit. Mike Espinoza is a new analyst in the Information Technology Unit. And Caitlin Holden is the new analyst in the Data Analytics Unit. Please join me in welcoming them all to ETP. Yay. Regarding funding, if all the proposals scheduled for today's panel meeting are approved, the panel will fund 25 projects for a total of $7,028,715. That includes 5 approved delegation orders for a total of $286,232. Delegation orders are proposals capped at $75,000 and approved under delegated authority by the director on a continuous flow basis. Regarding demand, we have 183 applications in demand. 73 applications are currently in development, 48 applications are in eligibility review, and 62 submitted applications are pending review. Regarding allocations, including today's proposals, we have approved 290 contracts for a total of $84 million. Together, these proposals are projected to train 73,470 workers in various industries across California. Additionally, since our last meeting in April, ETP has successfully closed 60 contracts, resulting in $11.7 million earned by contractors. 9,605 trainees successfully completed their training and met all retention requirements. Of these contracts, 4 were multiple employer contracts, 21 were apprenticeship contracts, 28 were single employer contracts, and 7 were small businesses. These outcomes reflect continued progress and impact on expanding workforce opportunities across sectors and business sizes. Thank you. I would like to hand it back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any questions for Laura on that? Nope. Gretchen, I believe we are moving to you now for a policy committee report out.
And while we did not meet this month and our next scheduled policy committee meeting is on June 25th, I wanted to note that we had member Mike Hill resigned from ETP policy committee a few months ago, and we've had a missing member. So I've been informed that member Michael Greenlee is interested in joining, and consistent with past practice, the decision to whom to appoint is that of the panel chair's decision. So, Madam Chair, I would like to recommend member Greenlee, but it's up to you.
I guess I'm kind of caught in a rock and a hard place because he's right on the right-hand side of me and you're up on the screen of me. No, I have no problems at all with that appointment of that one for you. So we'll have a full committee in June.
Excellent.
It'll be an exciting
Thank you so
one.
much.
Who knows what's on the agenda? I will wait till June to find out where we're going.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Gretchen. Anything else in policy, or is that the main thing?
Nothing else. That was it. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you. All right, so I am passing it over to proposals, I believe, if I've got it right today.
Good morning, panel members. We will start with tab 1. This is a proposal from Barnum Mechanical, Inc. They're a small business design-build company specializing in solutions for food, beverage, and specialty process industries. They are a repeat contractor with good prior performance, requesting $114,240 to train a total of 68 workers. The company's customer base includes well-known food and beverage companies like Jelly Belly Candy Company and Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Training will take place at their headquarters in Loomis, and representatives from Barnum Mechanical are here to answer any questions.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Annie Neff. I'm the Director of Risk Management and Administration at Barnum Mechanical. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm happy to answer any questions anyone might have.
Thank you. Any questions from panel on the proposal in front of you? No questions. Okay. Oh, really quiet today, guys.
Motion to approve. Is that working? Motion to approve contract number ET 26-0295 in the amount of $114,240.
Second.
Any public comments on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And I am not seeing any in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Bettencourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Mike Greenlee,
Aye.
Emily Desai,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so we are all in favor, so therefore the motion's adopted and you're funded.
Great. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
All right, next up is tab 2. This is a proposal from CalSpec Enterprises, Inc., doing business as California Bath Restoration, a small business bathroom and kitchen remodeling company. They are a repeat contractor with good prior performance, requesting $112,000 to train a total of 50 workers. California Bath's previous ETP contract was a delegation, which they successfully completed. Since their previous contract, California Bath has reduced their turnover rate by 9% and added and retained 10 employees. They have also increased their wages. Training for this new project will take place at their 5 locations in Van Nuys, San Jose, Santa Ana, Newport Beach, and San Diego. California Bath is requesting for technicians to use bonuses as a supplemental wage to assist in meeting the post-retention wage requirement of $33.64 per hour. This is in accordance with ETP Regulation 4418, Section C, which states that the panel may include bonuses in determining a trainee's hourly wage if there is a reliable history of bonus payment by the employer and if the actual payment can be verified. California Bath has a formal bonus plan in place that is a regular part of their compensation structure, and ETP staff was provided with and reviewed the bonus structure documents and determined they meet Regulation 4418, Section C requirements. And representatives from California Bath are here to answer any questions.
Thank you and good morning.
Good morning. Hi. My name is Bobby Bruton. I apologize in advance. I had major stage fright since I was 5 years old. So
Don't
I
worry.
currently serve as probably why I became an accountant. I currently serve as the CFO of CalSpec Enterprises, doing business as Cal Bath Renovations. I've been with the company 9.5 years. I kind of wrote a whole book about Cal Bath here, but I'll just keep it short. It was founded in 1991. We're currently headquartered in Santa Ana. We have offices in Los Angeles, San Diego, LA, and San Jose. One of the things that we're very proud of is our retention, our employee retention. We have over 63% of our employees are been with the company for more than 5 years, 30% more than 10 years. We have about 10 people that have been with the company over 20 years. And thank you all for allowing me to be here today and answer any questions that you have.
No worries. Thank you. I will say congratulations on your first on delegation. I mean, it is a bit more daunting to come up here and have all of us kind of like look at you and go, where is it? So congratulations on taking that broad step, I'm going to say, and like building what we always say, that past performance and starting small, building bigger. We really appreciate that. Any questions from panel on this proposal?
Madam Chair?
Yep.
If I may, just for the record, it's pretty clear that I've had historical opposition to compensation practices involving bonuses, and just I feel like it doesn't provide stability to the worker to be able to anticipate the kinds of wages that they need to survive with their family. But you've proven to me that you're dedicated to your workforce, that they are earning these wages. So I'd like to make a motion to approve CalSpec Enterprises in an ETP funding amount of $112,000.
Rick was super eager. They didn't want to let you get the words out.
Thank you.
So did I hear a second there, Rick? Okay, so I got a first and a second. Do we have any public comments on this proposal online?
There are no public comments online.
And I don't know like I have any in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Mike Greenlee,
Aye.
Emily Desai,
Aye, and thank
Gretchen
you for
Newsom.
being here.
Thank you.
Aye, thank you.
I heard questions. Awesome. So we are all in favor. The motion, you are funded. The motion was adopted, and good luck with it. And we look forward to seeing you back
Thank you very much.
and continue
Thanks.
it. Thank you.
Okay, next up we have is tab 3. This is a proposal from CMH Manufacturing West, Inc., doing business as Clayton Homes, and they are a single-family home builder. They're also a new contractor requesting $312,200 to train a total of 223 workers, and this includes up to 20 new employees to be hired over the next 2 years. Training will take place at their location in Paris, and representatives from Clayton Homes are here to answer any questions.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kenneth Brown. I am the HR manager at CMH Manufacturing. I want to thank Nicole, our ETP analyst, for making this process very easy and helpful for us. And I'm open for any questions that you might have.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome. Any questions from anyone on panel? No questions on the proposal? In a quiet mood today.
Perhaps I would just say, first of all, thank you for being here. Our office, the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, our team in Riverside looks forward to working with you. We understand your impact and influence on the housing market in the region, and I know our staff will be reaching out. So thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Motion to approve CMH Manufacturing West, Inc., DBA Clayton Homes, contract number ET 26-0285, in the amount of $312,200.
Second.
All righty. So I have a first and I have a second. Do we have any public comments on the proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And there look like there's been none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Mike Greenlee,
Aye.
Emily Desai,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right. So we are all in favor. The motion's adopted, and so you're funded. Good luck with it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Next up is tab 4. This is a proposal from Dole Packaged Foods, LLC. Dole is a global food manufacturing company specializing in the sourcing, distribution, and marketing of packaged fruit products, beverages, frozen items, and snacks. They are a repeat contractor requesting $495,264 to train a total of 536 workers. Training will take place at their locations in Merced and Ventura counties, and representatives from Dole are here to answer any questions.
Good morning. My name is John Herb. I'm the Vice President of Human Resources for Dole Packaged Foods. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for your consideration, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have about our proposal.
Thank you. Does panel have any questions on the proposal?
Madam Chair, if I may.
Of course you can, Gretchen. Go ahead.
Thank you. My primary concern is related to job number 2, which is a priority rate under a HUA, or high unemployment area, for the production staff. It looks to be that you're going to be training approximately 177 production staff members, 64 of which are going to be compensated under $20. And I'd like for you to talk to me about your wage compensation practices for how soon those 64 employees could anticipate moving to the second and the third columns and increasing their wages so that they're being compensated at least $20 an hour.
Right now, yes. Right now, we have a program where we do merit increases every year, usually about 3 to 4%. We're due in July, so we'll see one then. This will probably get us up to the 775, 780 range for the people there. We'll continue to do those practices. We do market reviews every 2 years and see, based on what we know from that area, that high unemployment area, this is a very competitive wage. We'll continue, though, through the training programs that we have. We see there may be other opportunities to increase the wages.
And then your practices for the production crew themselves for promoting them within, is that a common practice of yours?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. And I note that the production staff are not included in job number 1.
No. Those are the, job number one is the Westlake Village. Those are more of the exempt employees.
Okay, got it. That concludes my questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Gretchen. I think you were just like trying to, I'm just making sure I'm clear on where you were going. It was about how are they progressing, correct? Not just the annual raise, but does it give them an ability to move forward, to earn a higher wage, a higher level job? That's where you're looking at like the purpose and mission of ETP. Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure I was clear on, I don't know if it quite came across between the answer and back and forth. So I think that's where we're looking is as we look at the, I'm going to say the lower of those is like, how does it allow them to progress to a further job, not just that annual raise of that 2 to 3%? Does it open the door to a career progression
Yes.
or a high school?
Oh,
Okay.
yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions or comments on this proposal? No? It's really quiet today. I know it's like coming up to a month's break, but I'm like, okay.
Motion to approve Dole Package Foods LLC, contract number ET 26-0302, in the amount of $495,264.
Second.
All right, so second in unison, we shall go to, is there any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And there look to be none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Michael Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so we are all in favor, the motion's adopted and you're funded.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Next up is tab 5. This is a proposal from Envoy Inc. They are an information technology company that develops unified workplace platforms. The company's software products support more than 16,000 corporations, laboratory and production workplaces worldwide. They are a repeat contractor requesting $202,860 to train a total of 161 workers with plans to hire approximately 60 new employees over the next 2 years. Please note, this project has been right-sized to not exceed their prior project's earnings. Training will take place at their headquarters in San Francisco, and representatives from Envoy are here to answer any questions.
Good morning. My name is Sergio Prada, and I'm the Director of Financial Planning at Envoy Inc., and I'm here to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you and good morning. Any questions from panel on this proposal?
If I may, Madam Chair, Mr. Prada, welcome. It's a pleasure to see you back again. If you could elaborate for us, your project has been right-sized, as staff has said, but what's going to be different from last time to this time? We want to make sure that you're 100% successful. So what lessons were learned and where are we going forward?
Yeah, COVID. We built products to bring people back to the office during COVID. We had big growth there, lots of companies buying our products, getting their people in, tracking their vaccinations and all that. After that, this, our first project, we were, I think 95% up there, almost 100%. The second part was that a lot of people started to think about how they are going to come back to the office. So some coming full time, others doing hybrid, others from work. So we had a lot of churn in our customer base because a lot of people were not as concerned as tracking, desks and offices and all that. So we had a lot of churn, and that affected our hiring plans, so our training as well. Now, everybody has kind of settled. People have chosen whether they're going to, in general, for the most part, they have chosen whether they're going back to work or they're doing hybrid or whatever they're doing. So now, and we have new products. We have emergency notifications. We are getting compliance help for companies to be like HIPAA compliance and all that, automating all those. So now we are seeing a big demand for our products. We're selling way more. We're hiring again. We're growing again. So that's how I feel confident that this will be something that we will get to.
Couple things also is that they've also added 3 more full-time people into their training fold to make sure that was one of the other things that happened in the last contract was that when things slowed way down and their business changed so rapidly coming out of COVID, they had to slash some people, right, to, stay in business, right? So it was just difficult. I know the training happened. I think we had a really difficult time documenting it. And I'll tell you that, the first contract was about 500 grand and they were very close to 100%. And it's a company that does train and they're the people that are going to be absorbing the people from Meta and Oracle and Workday that are laying off right now. So those 60 people that they're going to hire are going to definitely need some training. So I'll tell you, I did push back on 100% right sizing. Just because I think that this situation right here is the space to make that argument, not before, but it is what it is.
Get
Madam
it?
Chair, if I can make a comment, I really appreciate that. And I see in your proposal too, that you've invested in systems to support that tracking and steering through that volatility, is something that we saw so many businesses obviously have to deal with throughout the pandemic and the sort of long tail end of the impact of that pandemic and the volatility that ensued. I also appreciate the fact that ETP contracted with you all in 2020 to help many businesses, get out of pandemic-induced impacts and things. And to your point about some of the, the layoffs that are occurring within the tech sector and industry, I think the work that you all are doing to train those workers, the investments you've made to sort of right-size past performance issues gives me a lot of confidence and really appreciate you all being here today. And again, the work that you did to support the business community and the workers through the pandemic. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gretchen, did you have any more questions on that?
I have no further questions. I'm willing to make a motion if there's nobody else.
Just one second. Jennifer had something as well. Did you want to add something? Go on.
I just had a quick question. That's awesome that you are absorbing those employees who have been laid off. You're expanding. Can you elaborate and expand a little bit on what you are doing to retain those employees? Just to, what practices do you have in place? What have you learned? Just so those employees stay with you and continue to grow within your company.
Yeah. First of all, we pay good wages. We try to keep them engaged. And overall, what we found is employees want to be learning all the time. I mean, now with AI, there's a lot of concern out there, like, am I going to be laid off and stuff. We have a dedicated team that deals with AI and concerns from employees related to that. And really, our approach is more AI is the tool to make you more efficient, to grow, to help the business grow faster. So we even have like every other week, all hands AI discussions for all employees. So I think the most important part is making sure that people know that we are growing and we're growing with them, and we're keeping them around and not going to replace them with AI. That doesn't mean we're not going to use AI, but it just means everybody has to come into the fold and become efficient.
It's about looking at it from a productivity lens more than a job elimination lens and getting them to think about how are we improving our processes rather than this is going to take it away. I get it.
Yeah.
Jill, I hear you on like processes and systems, and I get the business side, I get the process side. What I will say is what we always say, perform, come back in again. You can close it out and you can come back in.
Will.
So I know you will be back with that. And I think that's that piece is like, when I looked at where the gaps were, I'm like, COVID was a crazy time. We were all in that. I managed COVID contracts and it was a crazy time, but the same requirements were needed for COVID management of ETP funds as non-COVID funds. And I think you showed that we could do it there. So it's just getting that instigation back in and those systems in place, and you come back in because you know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know how to coach them through it.
I do.
I know, like there's a consultant there who will coach through, and that's what I would say as well, is like lean on Jill as much as you need to get her to where there needs to be process improvements. Potentially, she will definitely identify them. She manages enough with them. All right. Any other comments, questions on this proposal?
Motion to approve Envoy Inc. in an ETP funding amount of $202,860.
Second.
Any public comments on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And there looks to be none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Bettencourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so we're all in favor. The motion's adopted. Jill funded, and no doubt, Jill, we'll see you soon. with Envoy again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay, next up is tab 6. This is a proposal from Foster Poultry Farms LLC. They are the largest poultry producer in the Western United States. They grow, process, package, and ship its products to grocery stores and restaurants throughout the country. They are a repeat contractor requesting $110,908 to train a total of 233 workers. Please note, this project also has been right-sized to not exceed their prior project's earnings, and training will take place at the company's headquarters in Livingston. I do have a few updates also to the proposal. The supply chain and logistics occupation starting wage should be $19.20 per hour. And so due to this wage change, the ETP post-retention wage is increased to $19.20, and the $1 health benefit value will be removed. Representatives from Foster Farms are here to answer any questions.
Good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to present today. My name is Maria Cardenas. I'm the head of HR operations at Foster Farms. As mentioned, we are the largest poultry company in the Western United States and in California. We provide customers with quality product that are both nutritious and affordable. Our company consists of 5 foundational pillars. Number 1, safety. Ensuring our team members go home to their loving families the same way they reported to work. Our people. We invest in our people, help them develop their skills for future advancement opportunities. FSQA, food safety quality assurance, produce the best quality product for our consumers, and that is done through continuous food safety training. Animal welfare. Number 4, animal welfare. Ensure that our live birds are treated humanely throughout our entire process, which consists of continuous animal welfare training. Environmental. We take care of the environment throughout our entire process, including water reduction initiatives and also staying up to date with current technology. We believe that the FTP funds will help strengthen our foundational pillars and help us achieve our goal to becoming the employer of choice in the Central Valley and help attract and retain our best talent. Thank you for the opportunity and your consideration, and I'm open to any questions you may have.
Thank you. Questions from panel?
I just have one question. So I had staff pull up your turnover rate for your past projects, and I do want to commend you all because you have decreased your turnover rate by quite a few percentage points. And so my question to you is, what have you done in the past few years to, as you said, retain and attract the best talent? So can you just expand on that a little bit?
Yes, of course. And we did a major pay increase. We had to get up to date and with market analysis and we needed to, again, put our foundations up front, take care of our people, and provide them high, equitable wages and provide training and development so that they can advance their career in Foster Farms. Foster Farms is a huge company and there's so much room for opportunity to advancement opportunities.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions? I think I do want to lean a bit on past performance. When we look at this, there was a successful one and then a not so successful. Can you give us some what's going on in place to ensure success of this contract following like last times? I'm going to say it was a rough time last time.
Yes, it was extremely rough. And it's very public knowledge. Foster Farms was a family-owned company and it was acquired by Atlas Holdings. Yeah. During that transition, the entire senior leadership changed. It was a little bit unstable for the entire company. We are now, like I mentioned, are really leaning on our core foundations. It's like building a home. We have a strong foundational pillars, and then we can just grow up from there. So yes, and we also are dedicating internal resources to ensure that this program is successful.
If I can add something to that, Michael Jester, Strategic Business Solutions. Yes, it was a crazy time. I was there for all of that. The learning and development team that I dealt with there, which were 3 people, were gone. just like that when it happened, and which of course put all that into chaos.
Yep.
The reason that you right-sized us, but we also right-sized us because we thought it would be a great idea to simply have the scope of this project be Livingston, where Maria works, where the other administrative people that can oversee this work, get the processes back in shape, the reporting, the distribution of training and turning it in and QCing it, et cetera, et cetera. And our goal is to get this one done as fast as we can and then go company-wide with the processes that we've honed in Livingston.
In Livingston. I know the Livingston plant well. Obviously, you know where I work. So, you know, it's not the direct competitor, but it is at times. So I think there is that piece of like, I know it was a turbulent time during that time, and we saw it across all hiring as well and other pieces. So I will say I see the turnover reduction because we don't see the jumping between sites that we used to like historically jump between each other's sites for who's paying more between us. So yeah, it is very much it's definitely seen an improvement in the turnover in Livingston alone with some of the stuff that's been going on. And I hear it from people who work within there as well. So good job with that. So I appreciate the thinking about keeping it small scope and then looking at how to build on that as well as you go forward. So yeah, I have no other questions unless anyone else has other questions, comments.
Motion to approve Foster Poultry Farms LLC, contract number ET 26-0304, in the amount of $110,908. Second.
All right, so I have a first and a second. Do I have any public comments online?
There are no public comments online.
And anyone want to make public comment in the room? No. So we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
So we're all in favor. The motion's adopted. You're funded and good luck. And hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is tab 7. This is a proposal from GKN Aerospace Chemtronics, Inc., doing business as GKN Aerospace, and the company has withdrawn from the May panel meeting. So we'll move on to tab 8 and take just a moment.
Hang on, Rick. Yeah. Do you want to put it on record for me?
I would like to recuse myself.
Thanks, Rick.
Okay, tab 8 is a proposal from Highlight Electric, Inc. They're a full-service general construction company specializing in underground installation of dry utilities and infrastructure improvements, with a customer base that includes Caltrans districts, cities, and counties across Southern California. They are a repeat contractor requesting $193,200 to train a total of 115 workers, and training will take place at their locations in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. And representatives from Highlight Electric are here to answer any questions.
Hello, my name is Sophia Canseco, and I am the Executive Assistant to the President of Highlight Electric, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Good morning. Does panel have any questions on this proposal?
If I may, Madam Chair.
Yep, go ahead.
I just wanted to inquire, like Highlight Electric, I'm familiar with you, and much of the construction type of work you're doing is electric related. And I just wanted to inquire and make sure that none of the folks that you're proposing to train today are electrical trainees or electricians.
No, they are strictly laborers.
Okay, and so where are you pulling your electricians from then for the electrical work?
It's a laborer work, and they specialize in fiber optics, but they're not certified electricians. They get trained from the labor training school out in Azusa.
Okay. The proposal also asks for a large amount of productive lab training. It's a pretty high amount, 35 hours of productive lab. We usually see proposals come in at 12 hours. Could you elaborate for me a little bit more on how you're going to be using productive lab for this and why it's necessary?
We had originally asked for 50 hours, but we met in the middle due to our needs since we are a trade business. These skills will be learned and will be put towards higher qualified jobs. And we believe that a more hands-on experience for our people is necessary.
And could not this productive lab be provided by the apprenticeship program offered by LiUNA and the laborers?
Our industry is constantly changing with newer technologies. We have certain people who have been with our company for 25 years, and they've been in the business for 25 years, but there's constant new equipments that are coming out that we feel like they need to learn more hands-on on how to work with them.
Thank you.
So I think just to pick up on that line, with the new equipment coming out, how are you certifying the trainers, or who is delivering that productive lab training?
We do third parties. So our HR department will research the best fit for our team, and we'll have people come either on site or we'll send them to a place where they can have hands-on experience with that equipment.
So is there hands-on experience I just want to make sure the category of productive lab is right here. Is the hands-on experience then producing the good, or is it more of a lab simulated environment when not producing a finished good?
Lab simulated.
Lab simulated. So I'm looking for guidance here. Productive lab is about manufacturing the good, correct? With like a 1-on-1, 2-on-1 ratio. It is not about a simulated lab. It's about making that final product. So if they are learning how to lay asphalt on a house that's being paid for 2 people, that can be seen as productive lab. But if you're learning it in a lab environment where you're not making it for commercial use, it is not defined as productive lab, correct? I'm seeing nods from everyone. Okay. So what I'm hearing from the description of what you're talking about from productive lab, it sounds like it is not productive lab that is being used under the guise of productive lab. Am I having a moment? I'm looking at stuff. Or am I right in what I'm saying?
You're correct in what you're
Okay.
saying. I also do see in the proposal that in the project details, they'll include productive lab training with advanced field equipment, including boring machines, digger, derricks, and bucket trucks.
So, but if we're going to a vendor to do that, we're doing it in a simulated lab, not in we're not doing it in true what we call productive lab. It's the language change. So I feel, Gretchen, good call out here. I didn't quite catch the hours. We may want to tighten what is being defined as curriculum in here as productive lab versus classroom instructor-led training. I'm not sure it really affects the funding amount. It's more about the allocations of the dollars and that it's being recorded correctly. Correct. I'm looking at Mac from a legal perspective on is that the right way of doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I would feel more comfortable of productive lab being at what we typically see, 12 hours. And I mean, that's just what we typically see. So
yeah. So to help tighten that lens of we're truly using it correctly. Okay. Any questions, comments, feelings on it?
Oh, I just have a question. Can you tell me a little bit more about your work? Is it my understanding that the company is helping to bury power lines as a wildfire mitigation strategy? Can you tell me more about that?
Not necessarily power lines. So we specialize in the electrical subcontractor work of public. So the freeways, we do a lot of Caltrans job for toll roads, the signs that you see when you're driving, traffic signals, and fiber optics as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? I just want to go back to that. Are you clear about what we're talking about with productive lab and the adjustment in where the hours go?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other questions, comments from panel? No?
Pipe in here real quick. The productive lab part, it's 101 training for 35 hours for 65 people. You said a third party's coming in?
Our HR department would research this and send our people out to be getting trained on it, or they would come in and do the training either on site, on job sites, whichever one
I was just
works.
having a hard time wrapping my head around. You said third party coming in doing the training 1-on-1. So one third party coming in with one laborer for 35 hours times 65 individuals. Either you're sending a crew of 65 third party people in for 1-on-1s. How does that play out?
I think we kind of see it as a good thing for us because these are skills that we need our people to learn, and we do have a good retention of our people where we want to invest in their education and their certifications to be able to do the work for us.
So, Mike, where we were having a back and forth was we're asking to reduce the hours down to 12. And if they choose to send their individual to, a lot of it is not productive lab. It's more like you're going to go and get your IVE certification.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It's much more that simulated. We're going to simulate the job whilst you're doing your forklift certification, for example. That's what it's sounding like from the description.
I'm like, it's not really
Yeah.
feasible.
It doesn't seem like the most ROI, but I don't question people's ROI. But the logic, and that's kind of where I think we're all seeing that it is more classroom than it is actually productive lab. Hence the cap that whoever's making this motion is going to put in there. Gretchen, you know how to do that. Any other questions? It's like, I'm not hinting at all there. I'm just making sure someone's doing it. Any other questions, comments on this proposal, or do I have a motion?
Motion to approve Highlight Electric, Inc. in an ETP funding amount of $193,200 with a reduction in productive lab hours from 35 down to 12 per person.
Second.
All right, so we have a first and a second. Do we have any public comments on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And there look to be none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Bettencourt.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so we're all in favor. The motion's adopted and you're funded.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who wants to go and get Rook? Anyone want a leg stretch? All righty, go get him. Yeah, good to go. We're back.
All right, next up is tab 9. This is a proposal from Mariani Nut Company, and they have also withdrawn from the May panel meeting. So we will move on to tab 10. This is a proposal from McClone Construction Company, LLC. They're a specialty contractor focused on structural concrete and formwork such as parking structures and multi-story concrete frames. They are a new contractor requesting $145,600 to train a total of 130 workers. Training will take place at their facilities in El Dorado and San Mateo counties, and representatives from McClone Construction are here to answer any questions.
Good morning. My name's Ted Hoffman. I'm the CFO of McClone Construction Company. Appreciate the opportunity and want to express my thanks to ETP staff in helping us get to this point.
Good morning and welcome. Any questions from panel on this proposal?
I do have a question. So your turnover rate is at 15%. And in your proposal, you're experiencing massive growth. You're, continuing to expand. Can you elaborate a little bit on what your company is doing to retain your employees?
Yeah, good question. So we do work in the Sacramento area. We do work in the North Bay area. We do work in the South Bay area. And so sometimes what happens is that, we finish up our work in the Sacramento area. And so then we offer our team members the opportunity to go to the North Bay or the South Bay. And if they elect not to, then, we temporarily part with them. And then the next time we have work in Sacramento, we talk to those team members and we generally always get them back. And so it's that kind of a thing. So, I will say as a general rule, people want to stay with us and we have very little turnover in terms of letting people go. Today, in my accounting office, we're having the first team member to leave us in 12 years. So.
Okay, so the majority of your turnover is project-based and it's more field employees.
Very much so. Very much so.
Any other questions or comments on this proposal?
sorry, McClone Construction Company LLC in an ETP funding amount of $145,600.
Second.
Second. I had 2 seconds. I think we had second there and second here. She just wasn't on the microphone. That was all.
Sorry, second.
See, I don't mind which one, but I heard them. I don't know. I think I heard her before there, but there was no microphone. We're right, both. All right. Any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And there looks like to be none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Michael Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so the motion's adopted. You're funded and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is tab 11. This is a proposal from Natura Management LLC. They're a cannabis cultivation and agricultural management company that provides end-to-end production, compliance, and operational support for licensed cannabis businesses. They are a new contractor requesting $498,960 to train a total of 324 workers. According to ETP policy, cannabis applicants must possess a current, valid, and active state-level license, and ETP staff has reviewed and verified the company's licenses with the California Department of Cannabis Control. Training will take place at their location in Sacramento County, and representatives from Natura Management are here to answer any questions.
Good morning. My name is Tiffany Sweely. I'm the HR director at Natura Management. Natura is a rapidly growing company helping lead one of the fastest growing regulated industries into the mainstream legal market. Through innovation, compliance, and quality products, we are helping remove the stigma from a historically taboo industry while creating real economic opportunity and professional career paths. One thing I would like to get ahead of and answer is our turnover rate was approximately 18%. With the majority driven by a combination of organizational restructuring, including the closure of an offsite location and standard performance-based separations. These changes reflect our commitment to maintaining operational integrity, strengthening team alignment, and positioning the organization for long-term sustainability and growth. We are proud to report that our 2026 turnover rate is currently trending at 8.85%, reflecting our continued focus on employee development, retention, and long-term career growth. I'd be happy to answer any questions the panel may have.
Thank you. Does panel have any questions on the proposal?
Right. Wasn't so long ago that this was a banned industry from ETP funding, so it's good to see this transition. I'd like to make a motion to approve Natura Management Inc., or I'm sorry, LLC, in an ETP funding amount of $498,960.
Second.
Do I have any public comments online or anyone in the room who wants to make public comment?
There are no public comments online.
And we're not seeing any in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy. Aye. Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye, sorry.
It's throwing me with her at the end of the vote as well, because I'm so used to it being like just before me. It's like, what? Where am I? Okay, so the motion is adopted. We all approve, so you are funded.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to recuse myself from the next.
You're recusing. Okay. I was like, with that part done.
All right, next up is tab 12. This is a proposal from North State Electrical Contractors, Inc. They're an electrical, telecommunications, and audiovisual company that provides services to general contractors and property developers. They are a repeat contractor with good performance, requesting $258,720 to train a total of 154 workers. Training will take place at their location in Sacramento County, and representatives from North State Electrical are here to answer any questions.
Good morning, panel. Thank you for having me. My name is Jason Alexander, Chief Operations Officer for North State Electric. Just quick thing, third time doing this. We've had 100% accuracy. Big milestone for us this year, 20 years as a business in Sacramento. I've been part of it for 18 years. Started with 8 employees when I got there. We're over 270 now. So because of things like you guys do, we get to grow the work industry, especially in the day and age of lack of skilled labor in the construction industry, it really helps bringing the youth into the industry and get them good careers moving forward. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. We always like repeat contractors with good performance. Always like it. Any questions, comments from panel on this proposal?
Madam Chair, if I could have
you
them address one of the issues of a high turnover rate of 16%, and if you could kindly explain why is it so high and what are you doing to mitigate that and retain your workforce?
So multiple reasons. One being we are a design build contractor. So we get projects and forecast projects, much like the concrete gentleman, 2 years before construction starts. And within that 2 years, it's basically economy based, with investors. So a lot of projects get put on hold. We do our best. We have to cross train, and which is part of this program, cross train our employees within electricians to low voltage electricians, fire alarm, solar, EV. So we do our best to not let anyone go, but market based, economy based, unfortunately we do, but our goal is to retain everyone we have and cross train them into different industries so they can grow their personal growth. So we have that opportunity at North State, which is great. So
Definitely the goal of apprenticeships too. Are you utilizing apprenticeship?
we do have WICA. We are part of WICA. About 5 to 10% of our employees are through WICA in the WICA apprenticeship program. We currently have 15 WICA graduates on staff. And it's a good program. And
Thank you.
Any other questions from panel on the proposal?
Oops, I went on the wrong. Motion to approve North State Electrical Contractors, Inc., ETP contract number ET 26-0308, in the amount of $258,720.
Second.
Thank you, Doug. Any public comments on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And I'm not seeing anyone coming up to the podium in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Rebecca Bettencourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so we all voted in favor. The motion's adopted and you're funded for a third time. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're going to get a thank you.
All right, next we'll move on to tab 13. This is a proposal from Orpac Holding Company, LLC. They're a family-owned and operated manufacturer and distributor of building products such as doors, decking, boards, millwork, and weatherization systems. They are a repeat contractor requesting $212,760 to train a total of 197 workers. Please note this project has also been right-sized to not exceed their prior project's earnings. Training will take place at their locations in Sacramento and Ontario, and representatives from Orpac are here to answer any questions.
Good morning. My name is Katrina Clark. I'm the Director of Human Resources with Orpac Building Products. We are a family-founded building materials distribution company that serves the western half of the United States. And as mentioned, we have 2 locations in California, Sacramento, and Ontario. I just want to express our sincere gratitude for partnership in the last 2 times we've participated in the program, and I'm open to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions from panel? You don't mean to go down the line. I'm looking at Gretchen, but I'm not sure she's going to, or Jennifer. I think it's just, we asked this of anyone on prior performance to just help us think about what are we doing differently this contract to achieve a higher percentage and be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. There were 2 contributing factors to last year's performance. We had some changeover in the person who helped administrate the program. So that definitely had an impact. And then we were also anticipating a significant increase in business with a nationwide retailer that did not come to fruition. That definitely impacted an increase in headcount that was anticipated. This year going forward, I will oversee the program, which I oversaw the first year that we participated, where we achieved 100% of that goal.
So we're just putting new processes in place and ensuring coverage. Okay. Any other questions, comments on the proposal from anyone?
Motion to approve Orpac Holding Company LLC, contract number ET 26-0298, in the amount of $212,760.
Second.
I have a first and I have a second. Do we have any public comments on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And there look to be none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so we are all in favor, therefore the motion is adopted and you're funded. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, next is tab 14. This is a proposal from Telstar Instruments, Inc. They're a state-certified industrial automation, instrumentation, and controls integrator company that provides complete design, installation, on-site maintenance, and calibration services. They are a new contractor requesting $245,280 to train a total of 146 workers. Training will take place at their locations in Kings and Sacramento counties, and representatives from Telstar are here to answer any questions.
Hi, good morning. My name is Mickey Gardner. I'm the Contract Estimating and Business Relations Manager at Telstar Instruments. I've been at Telstar for about 14 years, starting at an entry-level position, which I was able to get my current role from the training and mentorship that I had got within Telstar. We specialize in SCADA and control systems integration, and this is a specialty that requires a lot of different training that is not provided in many different schools. So I appreciate the opportunity to be with you today and open for any questions you have.
Thank you. Does panel have any questions on this proposal?
I do. It's mostly concerned about the wages, mostly related to the second job number. You're seeking two different wage modifications, each of them lowering the wage to its own effect, which is pretty disappointing in my regard. But looking at the wage range by occupation for job number 2, you're proposing to pay electricians $20 to $30 an hour, including one of which is going to be paid under $20 an hour, which is probably a typo. Got to at least get them in that middle column. But if you can talk to me about their wage progression and when they can anticipate increasing their wages.
Yes, so the 1850 that was provided for the HUA and our Kings County location, that's very entry level. We do a 90-day review process for every employee, which is basically on their performance, and we do a percentage base wage increase at this 90-day review, which we also have a annual review every March that we meet with all our employees and do a based on their experience and the training that they have learned.
Okay, and are you utilizing apprenticeship at all for these kinds of trades?
Yes, we do use the ABC NorCal for some of those.
Okay. Good to know.
Any other questions, comments from panel?
Perhaps I would just recognize, I appreciate Gretchen's comments and would recognize that, you know, that the entry-level positions are a relatively small number, right, of the 146 folks that you're proposing to train. So
Yes.
appreciate you being here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to approve Telstar Instruments, Inc., contract number ET 26-0299 in the amount of $245,280.
Okay. This is a long pause and then I get both at the same time. I don't know who recorded it, but on both sides of me. All right, so we have a first, we have a second. Was it this way? Emily had it today. All right, on that one. So we have a first, we have a second. Do we have any public comments on this proposal before we go to vote?
There are no public comments online.
And there looks to be none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so we're all in favor, the motion's adopted, and you are funded.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Gretchen, can I just check something? It's quiet in the room on the microphone. Are you hearing clearly? I just want to
Yeah, I
double
can
check.
hear you perfectly.
Okay, and you can hear whoever's at the panel as well, at the podium?
Yeah, like when Jill
Okay.
came up at first, could hear her great, and then the microphone is right in her face, and whoa, like really hear her.
I was more on the other podium because I'm like, sometimes it's a bit soft, but I can hear it, but I was just making sure that
Yeah,
you
I
could.
can hear.
I was suddenly like, it's seeming like it's going in and out. That's what I want to check. All right, we'll go to the next one.
Okay, next we have tab 15. This is a proposal from Trubeck Construction, Inc. They're a commercial construction contractor that provides pre-construction services, model-based estimating, construction management, self-performed services, and sustainable construction. They are a new contractor requesting $598,976 to train a total of 382 workers. Training will take place at their locations in San Mateo, San Francisco, and Sacramento counties, and representatives from Trubeck are here to answer any questions.
Good morning. My name is Laura Lacombe. I'm Vice President of Human Resources for Trubeck Construction, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions.
Thank you and good morning. Any questions from panel on this proposal? No? Everyone's quiet this morning.
Motion to approve Trubeck Construction, Inc., contract number ET 26-0296, in the amount of $598,976.
Second.
First, and I have a second. Do I have any public comments on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so we've all voted in favor, therefore the motion's adopted and you are funded.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next we will move on to our multiple employer contractors. So first up is tab 16. This is a proposal from Brand Consulting Group, LLC, doing business as Brand College. Brand College was established in 2004 and in 2022 was certified as an economically disadvantaged woman-owned small business by the U.S. Small Business Association. They are an accredited training agency through the Bureau of Private Post-Secondary Education and Accrediting Commission of Career Schools and Colleges. They provide training in information technology. Brand College is a repeat contractor with good performance, requesting $543,663 to train a total of 307 workers, and this includes 10 veterans. Training will take place at their training facility in Glendale, and representatives from Brand College are here to answer any questions.
Good morning, members of the panel.
Good morning.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. My name is Debbie Reese. I am the school director and one of the managing members of Brand College. As Jenna mentioned, we were founded in 2004. We are approved to operate by BPPE and accredited by ACCSC. If so approved today, this will be our 11th contract with the Employment Training Panel. And I just want to say thank you so much for this partnership because it's been instrumental to the success of our school. I also would like to thank Phil and Nicole from the Sacramento office. This was a very easy proposal to develop, and I'm very grateful to that. So if I can answer any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thank you. Does panel have questions on this proposal?
Madam Chair, if I may.
Of course you can.
This is a private for-profit college. We usually raise some concerns and questions around entities that come to us for this. And it really gets my goat when private for-profit colleges place our brand on their website, and it gives the sense of almost like making money and profit off of our ETP resources. And so I have an objection to like you taking our logo and putting it on the website. I'd like to see that taken down immediately, or at least to go through the process of seeing if it's allowed.
Sure. Like I shared, it's our 11th contract if approved today. We've had that up for quite some years. I know it was addressed yesterday, and if you'd like, I'll be more than happy to have our webmaster bring down the logo. And if the language isn't in compliance, we'll be more than happy to change that to whatever is in compliance today. And
Thank
thank you for noticing that.
I do my research. Thank you very much. Appreciate you doing that for us. The other item I wanted to address was under impact and outcome. You state that trainees may earn the following certifications, and then you list them off. They're great certifications. But for these trainees, are they likely to earn these certifications, or do they have to first come in, receive the ETP funded training, and then continue forward at their own cost in order to get the certifications?
No, as long as they complete the training with us and receive a certificate of completion, whatever class description and program approved programs you see, that's what they're going to receive, a certificate of completion. So if they decide to move forward and take additional training or what have you, we will give you a certification of completion from Brand College. So everything you see that like the approved certifications, that's what they're going to receive, if that makes sense.
And we've been having a lot of discussion at Policy Committee about MECs, multiple employer contractors, which you are, and the participating employers. And I just want to make certain that the participating employers you've listed have received direct outreach from you. They are all acknowledged that they are included in this proposal.
Yes, to my knowledge, yes, they are aware.
I just want to pick on something that Gretchen just asked, and I think I know the answer, but I want to make sure I'm not making an assumption.
Okay.
Some of these, you have the certificate where they go through the certification, or they go through the, I'm going to call the certification prep. They then still have to take the Cisco exam to become Cisco certified, correct?
Correct.
And that's the same regardless of where they're taking this education, but you're also giving them a certificate of achievement. So they're going through, I mean, I've been doing this with some of our IT guys recently. They're going through the prep classes, and then they still have to take that certification that's Cisco saying you have passed that exam. That's what you mean by they may come out with that certificate. You're saying they've completed the curriculum and all the prep. They now just have to take the Cisco final exam, or the Microsoft, you're not doing the Microsoft ones, but some of the Microsoft ones and the AWS ones are the same kind of way, correct?
Yes, that's exactly correct.
Okay.
They're vendor-based, and if the trainee would like to take that certification exam, that is up to them to schedule, up to them to pay. We are not, we don't do that.
You're providing that foundational
Correct.
prep learning,
Yes.
and you don't have to have, so the company is wanting them to have that grounding. You do not need the Cisco certification to be able to say, I can do this work, but it just adds to your resume when you
Sure.
have that final
Exactly.
certification
Yes.
stamped by Cisco versus by the college or
Yes, it
the
can add
education.
value if needed, but it's not required.
Correct.
Madam Chair, if I may, I think what I'm hearing is that the hours for training that are articulated in the curriculum prepare people for these certifications. But since we look for the hours, they receive the certification of completion. However, they're also prepped for these additional certifications as well.
Correct.
So it's a dual approach. Is that
Yes,
accurate?
that is exactly
Okay,
accurate.
thank you.
Thank you.
And it's given them the skills to do the work.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was clear on that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Any, Gretchen, do you have any more questions?
No, Madam
Madam-
Chair. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Debbie, thank you for being here. So it's Small Business Month. The governor put out a proclamation, I think, last week celebrating that. Curious how many of the clients or folks you serve are, what percent might be small businesses?
I'd like to say about 25 to 30% are small business.
Great. I also noticed just one aspect of your proposal, which included motion picture related training. And
Yes.
so curious if there's anything else you can share about the work that you're doing in that space. As you know, this is an industry that the state is very focused on. We know there's a lot of sort of hurdles right now, not only in Southern California, but that, that industry has a statewide impact, of course. So I was really pleased to see that work. Is there
Thank
anything
you.
else that you can share with the panel about your work supporting
No,
that sector?
just that we're actively, constantly trying to promote ourselves as a school, as a training center, to especially multimedia facets across the board. We are located in Los Angeles County, so that is a big outreach for us. But as you can see in the participating employers, we do have a handful of them, and we hope to acquire more if we are funded today.
Yeah, and I've talked at my first time on the panel last month. That the Los Angeles region has absolutely identified, of course, the entertainment sector as a priority, of their regional economic strategy. So just one small part of your panel proposal that I wanted to uplift. So thanks
Yes.
for being here again.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Go for it, Rick.
Motion to approve Brand Consulting Group LLC, DBA Brand College, contract number ET 26-0306. In the amount of $543,663.
Second.
Thank you. We have a first and a second. Do we have any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And looks to be none in the room. We shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
All right, so the motion's adopted and you're funded.
Thank
for the
you
12th
so
night.
very much.
Okay, next up is tab 17. This is a proposal from Roadmap for Innovation. Roadmap for Innovation provides customized training and strategic services that help small and medium-sized manufacturers in California. They are a new contractor requesting $541,270 to train a total of 565 workers. Training is designed for incumbent workers in California's manufacturing sector and the companies that support those jobs. Training will take place at participating employer locations throughout California, and representatives from Roadmap for Innovation are here to answer any questions.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having us. I'm Kathy McIntyre. I'm COO of Roadmap for Innovation, and virtually present is our CEO, Kim Mons, and our Director of Finance, Pamela Ryder. Roadmap for Innovation is an offshoot of the dissolution of the NIST MEP Center that was here in California for over 33 years. So we are all members of that. I've been doing this work for 14 years. We are a 501(c)(3), sorry. And we strategically work with these small, medium businesses to identify what would be the best solution sets for them to train, retain, attract, and grow their employee base. How many times do we talk to businesses that say, our problem is our employees, I don't have enough employees, whatever. So our job and your help with that is to have funding so that they can create those career paths for the individuals. We've also seen some national studies that have indicated that workforce under 35, 40, those folks definitely want to know what is my career path, or else they start to hop. And we've seen a lot of hops in the last 5 years, right? So we're trying to prevent that. Do you have any questions on our proposal?
Does panel have questions? I mean, I can start where I'm looking at this proposal. I look at the dollar amounts. You are a newly founded company. I'm not going to say you don't have roots laid in some of this, but a newly founded company in 2025.
Yep.
We're only, I don't know when it founded in 2025. We're only halfway through 26. I think part of my concern when I see the dollar amount, I see a new company, is how are you getting these employers to buy in and setting yourself up for that true success of achieving, over $500,000 of rebate of training for these people who probably some of them may be very early relationships. So can you help us understand how you've built that business model forward to, I think, help support the confidence of achievement?
Certainly, and great question. We never stopped talking to the clients, so we were all with a different named company. And so this is pent-up demand. Most of those clients that have been on the list have been waiting months for us to be able to have the opportunity to regain some ETP funds for training. So it's not a new business relationship for most of these companies that are on the current list. That was a point in time as well. But we are covering the state. We do have outreach. We've been very fortunate to also Be doing some training through the NorCal SBDC program, which is another outreach for the small, it's called California Roadmap for Small Manufacturers. So we've continually been working with clients. I talk to many clients per day. As operations, that's what I do for a living. It's very rewarding, and I think we can handle the funding. As we increase the minimum wage requirement for the ETP funds, sometimes we are working with a little bit of a larger company base. So in order to capture those smaller, closer to micro companies, we can and will train via what we call cohort training, where we'll have some people more than just one-on-one with the companies, more in the room.
So I know that the company we were referring did have an active. It got deployed to someone else. I'm not going to ask why that political kind of piece went. But as I hear this, I have a couple of pieces when I read the proposal. You have all the companies listed are all Southern California, but you're asking for wage modifications for Northern California. So again, we know we write proposals. It's not like this is exactly what we're going to do. There's flexibility in that. But that does raise a bit of a red flag for me when I see participating employers all in Southern California. I'm asking for wage modifications for Northern. I'm like, this feels a bit of a weird, like we're throwing spaghetti hoping to stick. So that's one piece. I would love to know how you're thinking about the delivery of this training. I see literacy skills in there. I look at the audiences of those and I'm like, so what does that literacy look like? I'm going to say it's been a really heavy-weighted question around workforce literacy skills with funds. So when I see that, I'm like, what does that look like with those employers? Who are the occupations? How is it helping them progress through, and who's delivering that kind of content?
Okay, so those are a few questions, and I'm going to try to remember them all.
It's all right, I got them.
That's okay. So let's address the geography, right? So again, when I did this proposal, I wanted to give you companies that were in the queue dying to have the funds. They just so happen to be in a geo area. As far as covering, we are networked. So we have a California network. So we believe in our EDCs, we believe in our community colleges, we believe in manufacturer alliances. So as an example, the Fresno Manufacturing Alliance is one of our networks, right? So we work with them and we can get data and work with their clients up there. Fresno WDB is a client or a network. NorCal SBDC has helped us to reopen gates in the north. But we did not, in the last 6 months, 8 months, talk to people in lots of regions about ETP funds because the whole game changed, right? So it was really disappointing, and we just gave them a lot of free strategy, a lot of free time from our team so that we could keep helping these people while we got back in the game with some funding that really does help them do these initiatives, right? So we are set up, we are outreached, we can show you all our email blasts. Rebranding was a little tough, no question, but friends in the state do help us with that. And so does that network. So do you, so do all of you. Literacy. English as a second language is not necessarily what we're driving to. In fact, the CMTC contract got handed over to Nancy in San Fernando. Okay, we all know her, right? She was here last month.
She was indeed.
Yep. But there's other aspects to literacy. People don't know how to write emails sometimes. They don't know how to communicate. We're doing a lot of work there. Again, this raises the bar on how somebody can become into a lead, into a supervisor, into an intermediate stage if they're in administration. It's not that our schools aren't doing the work. It's really, I guess, communication has changed, right? I don't write out words in text or in team chat, right? And I think that there's different ways to communicate. And we're also seeing things, training requirements for sales teams, how to do the right PowerPoint, how to get the message across. Again, because we're living in a world where things are more immediate with text and sound bites, we also have to then have our presentations that way, right? can have a long drawn, and I'm using a lot of words now. You're probably missing half of them. Am I kind of covering your questions? Is there more?
Does anyone else have any questions, comments, Emily?
I do, Madam Chair,
Yeah.
thank you. And I think I share some similar concerns. I really appreciate the work that you're doing, the dissolution of the prior entity. I think, speaks to a void of those very important services in California. That said, one of the concerns that I think I share was maybe I didn't hear as much as I would have wanted on sort of your Northern California network. So if perhaps you want to explain a little bit more about that. And then secondarily, I think it's perhaps also the size of the award that you're looking for. So in terms of your capacity to, absorb and execute an award of this amount, can you talk a little bit more about what that would look like and your plan for that?
Sure. If everybody on our list went forward at that point in time of application, we would use 80% of the funding for the programs that they want to do. But the Northern California, we have delivery agents in the North. We have relationships in the North, but I cannot market in the North that I had funding for this program when everything blew up. So that's just plain and simple. I'm spending time talking to Northern California manufacturers every day. And I'm enjoying it too, because there's some really interesting businesses up here. And don't forget, we include agriculture as manufacturing, right? So we can help farmers, we can help food processors. But I'm not going to try to reach out and tell them I have something when I don't. And there's competition if you don't have it, because other people do. We have a strong marketing team. We have a strong network. And I promise you, now that I've had the great opportunity to come to Sacramento, I would love to come many, many times up here to service our manufacturers. It's a lovely area of our country.
As a resident of Sacramento, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
But
I would like to thank Paula Duarte and Kellen Hernandez of the San Diego team, because they were really helpful. While I've used the funds and done a dillion CS applications, going through this process was a little rough. And they were really great in doing the summary and preparing us for panel. Thank you.
I'm really glad to hear that. And I would reiterate my comments at the outset that we want you to be successful. I think this work, especially working with our small business manufacturers, is so incredibly important, and I very much appreciate it. I just wonder, Madam Chair, if I might put a motion out for the panel to consider maybe the opportunity to table this proposal so that there's more opportunity to work with ETP staff to think about how we can make sure that a proposal is something that the panel feels comfortable is seen as scalable. So a motion to perhaps table the proposal.
I am going to say I lean a bit towards that, because I heard something that made put my red flag up, and everyone knows about how I feel about performance. And I heard the word, well, if we get all of these, then it's 80%. There's still 20% sitting there, and that would just push you close to like future ones coming back in and being right-sized if you hit only 75%. So if everything was successful in current proposal plan, there was a comment about 80%, and I caught that and I was like, oh, that rings a red flag. Especially when, if you're at 75%, you then get the right size potential. And I feel like there is a tightening of what should be around, let's really be successful. And for me, I think the nervousness I have, it's a new organization. Yes, rooted in, but I feel like there could be a bit more of a tighter focus, I think. I don't know how others feel. Gretchen, I know you've had numerous different over the years. Yeah.
Yeah. I want it to be successful, and I think the amount might be too much at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to beg it a minute right now. It's pent up demand. I have an accounting background. I have a C-level management background, a strategic planning background in Fortune 100. I'm conservative when I'm speaking with you. We have not marketed this program. We can use these funds. We have done these funds. It's the same people. Actually, it's those of us that have been in the field that went forward with this new company. But so I'm just being conservative. Like, I'm not going to tell you that the piece of paper is 100%, it's 100% spent. I have 20 months to book these orders. And we're really hoping, and so is our organization, that we can go out there and tell everybody tomorrow. I mean, we have our announcements ready to say, hey, we have the funds now, let's start training. These folks that are on the list have been waiting a lot of months. Now, I understand 500,000 is a lot of money, but we've handled that before. I know that we're a new 501(c) in name, but we've always covered the state. We've always spent our money. And those, honestly, I was trained 14 years ago to do this work. Our director of finance has done this work. So, and other people on the team. We're all the people that were processing this and spending it before. And there's a really big need out there. So if you want to shave off something, I can get that, but please let us go home with some funds. Please let us start. Please.
Panel members, I'm hearing a motion that was already on the table by
Right.
panel member Emily Desai to table. And so
I'm sorry.
And if I may, we do have a history of sometimes, when a panel member expresses concern, where the staff will go back and work with the folks to figure out what that might actually look like. And so I did feel like I heard a motion on the table, but
There was a motion
Yeah.
tabled.
I'd like
I
to
just
second.
asked, I'm sorry, I'm remote. So was there a second to that motion though?
Rick was.
There was
just-
not.
There wasn't right now, but Rick, just as you went, I'm remote, he literally just went to. Yep.
Can I ask a question of staff though? Like this is the final ETP hearing for this fiscal year. So if we table this to the following fiscal year, are we then having to dip into those funds in order to potentially fund this one? Or am I overthinking this?
Yeah, so it would be funded if it goes to July panel or thereafter, it'll be funded out of that fiscal year.
Right.
so we have a motion and second. that's
The
on
first
the
and a
table.
second to
that
table,
we
one
voted
from
on.
Emily and then second by Rick. So we shall move to public comment on this proposal. Any public comments on this proposal?
There is one public comment from Kim Mans.
She's our
Kim,
CEO.
you may unmute.
I just wanted to, I don't know if respectfully I'm able to comment because I know the motion was made, so I first want to ask that question.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
So, as Kathy was reiterating, and this is my main concern, the manufacturers that we have listed in this proposal right now are so sorely needing these funds right now. They have been in a holding pattern since everything happened with the prior entity for quite some time. It is so concerning to me that they're going to have to wait yet another few months. They've been putting their training on hold for this. And that's my main concern. And I understand if you want to reduce it because we haven't been able to fully outline what we're going to do in Northern California. But if that's just my main concern is that we're to do, in order to do that, we are limiting the ability of these Southern California manufacturers that have been waiting for this long.
Can I speak to the motion to table?
Gotcha.
With the notion that we would have to, if we table this, then we're dipping into next year's budget and we have this year's budget. And I don't want to give an awareness to folks that we didn't manage to completely dedicate this year's budget. And then some people take a look at that and they're like, hey, let's shave off a little bit from ETP. I would be more comfortable right-sizing this to, I'm just going to throw out a number, 400,000 and getting this off the table and seeing some success there than tabling it. So I will be
We
voting
already have a
no.
motion.
I will be, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking to the
We
motion,
have
I'll
a
be
current
voting.
motion to table.
Thank you.
That's been seconded, so that has to be voted on.
So we have to vote on the motion and then I'm making sure I'm following rules because, that's so we do need to vote on the roll call vote on this if we have no more public comments.
Correct.
Correct. Okay, do we have any other public comments?
There are no public comments online.
And there seem to be none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas,
Hang
Tracy-
on 1 second.
Just want to make sure. So if there's a motion and a second, so we will be voting on that. If, let's say I agree with the right sizing, I would then nay then when it comes through, correct? I just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly.
What I'm hearing is that there's a motion to table this
Mhm.
matter to a future panel meeting, and
Yep.
there was a second on that. And it sounds like we're about ready to proceed on that roll call vote. To your point, if the motion to table fails, then another motion could be
Can
brought
be made.
forward.
Okay, so if we fail, then we can.
Thank
okay.
you.
All right, we will go to roll call vote. This is hard math on a Friday afternoon. Morning, not even afternoon.
Douglas Tracy,
Nay.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Nay.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Nay.
Mike Greenlee,
Nay.
Emily Desai,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Nay.
So I have 2 approve, 5 nays, that's right, 7. So we are not in alignment.
The
So
motion
it doesn't
failed to
pass. The
move
motion
forward.
fails. Is there anyone who wants to make a different motion?
Motion to approve roadmap for innovation and a reduced ETP funding amount of up to $400,000.
Second.
Second.
A quiet second from Jennifer first. You were really quiet today. I don't think it's working.
Is it working now?
Now it is, yeah. Okay, so but first I have a second. Do I have any public comment on this new motion?
There are no public comments online.
And none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill, aye. Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Abstain.
Mike Greenlee,
Aye.
Emily Desai,
Abstain.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
So we have enough to be in favor. I was doing the math. Yes, we do. We have 5 to 2, so we do have enough to be in favor to fund at the reduced amount.
Thank you very much. I will work with our ETP organization, Paula and Kellen and anybody else, and we'll stay on top of this stuff. Happy graduation. And again, thank you very much to allow us to participate in this program for the state. Have a good one. Yeah.
So we shall take am I 10 or 15? What am I looking? I'm looking at stuff. A 10, we just probably need a 10-minute. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. It is 11:11, so we should be back at 11:21. And Gretchen, am I right? You will be leaving us now
Yes,
for the rest of the
correct.
panel.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you in June. Raise my- Can you hear me? Yeah, now there it is. It's kicked in. Okay, sorry, we got sidetracked. People got lost. I don't know, but we can't stick to 10 minutes. We need to go for 15 and then we should be back in time. Who knows? Maybe we need to adjust that next time. So I am calling us back. We are now moving back to the remaining proposals. I only have a couple left, and then we'll move on to the others. So I'm handing it back to staff.
Okay, thank you. We will move over to, or onto, excuse me, tab 18. This is a proposal from Sacramento Builders Exchange, Inc. Sacramento Builders Exchange serves the industrial and commercial construction industry across the greater Sacramento region. They are a new contractor requesting $269,550 to train a total of 225 workers. Training will provide targeted instruction in emerging technologies, sustainable building practices, and modern construction methods. Training will take place at Sacramento Builders Exchange's facility in Sacramento County and at participating employer locations throughout Northern California. Representatives from Sacramento Builders Exchange are here to answer any questions.
Thank you for the opportunity to join you today. My name is Jordan Blair. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Sacramento Regional Builders Exchange and the Construction Industry Education Foundation. With me today is Jason Arvizu, and I would like to start by thanking our ETP analyst, Marisol Niquette, for providing such great guidance in the submission of this application. We actually date back to 1888, but we were incorporated in 1901, so we're celebrating our 125th anniversary this year. Our first office was just down the block at 10th and J Street, so it's great to be back home, if you will, to this part of Sacramento. We're now located in East Sacramento. We represent more than 1,100 member companies and approximately 65,000 member employees in the greater Sacramento region. That does include contractors, subcontractors, suppliers, professional service providers, as well as manufacturers. Of those 1,100 member companies, approximately 80% are our small businesses, and those are the ones that this contract would particularly help to educate.
Any questions from panel on this proposal? Comments? Everyone's quiet. It's like, we'll just like, any questions?
Motion to approve Sacramento Builders Exchange, Inc., contract number ET 26-0303 in the amount of $269,550.
Second.
I have a first and I have a second. Do I have any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
All right, so there's none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
All right, so we are all in favor. The motion's adopted and you are funded.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Okay, next up is tab 19. This is a proposal from Soledad Chamber of Commerce. Soledad Chamber serves as a hub for business leadership, supporting local employers across multiple industries. They are a new contractor requesting $390,352 to train a total of 330 workers. Soledad Chamber promotes workforce and economic development by connecting participating employers with workforce resources, training opportunities, and community partnerships. Training will take place at participating employer locations, and representatives from Soledad Chamber are here to answer any questions.
Morning.
Yes, hi, good morning. My name is Maria Coralejo, and I'm the Executive Director for the Soledad Chamber.
Thank you. Good morning. Any questions from panel on this proposal? I feel like I'm channeling my inner Gretchen here and she'll be proud of me. I'm just going to say that. I'm looking at this proposal and I look at the root of what ETP is about and the mission of ETP around allowing people to find those higher wage jobs, moving them into those higher wage jobs, giving them the skills. There are a lot of jobs in this, and I know the region, I know a lot of the occupations are in the lower ranges in those $18 an hour ones. Can you help us build like the picture of how this is going to help those team members to go into those higher wages or seeing those higher wages or those higher paying careers? We have production workers in there, like how are they going to be progressing from that under 20 into that 20 and above through potentially some of this training, or allowing them to further their skills to move within the other industries?
Yes, I'm not sure if you're referring to a specific employer.
More just general, you've got various occupations
Yes.
that are like a waiter, housekeeping, groundskeeper, production, all sitting in what we would say the lower wage, which meets ETP requirements. But when we look at like the progression of those employees, allowing them those skills to be into those higher paying jobs, how the plan is with, it doesn't need to name the employer, but like what are they planning to do to help move those people?
Yes, I know. I'm actually really excited to be here, and like everyone else, a little bit nervous. I think one of the things about our community, Soledad, and not just Soledad, but also our South County. You said you were a little bit familiar with our area, right? Which I'm glad to hear. So we do work with Soledad businesses as well as South County businesses, and one of the things a lot of our businesses are it's a very tight-knit community, maybe because it is a little bit rural. We have a lot of real humble working people. Our businesses are kind of similar a little bit. They're very in touch with our community, and we do have one of our larger businesses that is included in the ETP application that actually has a program that they started in December 2025. And so they're working with with high school students. And so they're doing an internship with these high school children. And then the goal is to be able to provide jobs for them and then be able to train them so that continue their training so that they're able to get into the higher skilled bracket.
I just, as I look at these, this is my, and I don't know if anyone else is having the same feel. There's just a piece of, there's a lot of those lower, how is this really helping progress? And like, is it the employers doing it? It's going to allow them to progress to those higher wages within the production workforce or within, I mean, we've got housekeepers and groundskeepers. What is that doing to allow them to move up in the wage scale rather than because they're becoming more skilled in their work through the training that they're receiving?
Yes, great question, and thank you, Rebecca. One of the things in the Central Coast, obviously, you guys know it's a lot of agriculture and manufacturing in that area, and some of those employers are listed as participating employers. It's very seasonal, but it's a long-term seasonal, right? Their season's usually from late February, early March, all the way through November, and then it slows down, but some people get laid off. Hence the reason we do incorporate a seasonal aspect in one of the job codes. So we're excited about that. And as she mentioned, we have a lot of people that have been in that industry for a long time. They return every season to these employers, and a lot of them are retiring. And so we're bringing in the youth in that area, learning technology, learning so many skills to help promote them within the organization. And I think that's happening across the small businesses that we have listed as well. And so I would say that that's the reason. There's not very many people that actually are currently incumbent workers that are starting at that are $18.50 an hour. They're higher than that. They're closer to over 19. I think the average was 19.25 when we went back and spoke with these employers in particular. So I know the wages are still good. They offer benefits and those types of things as well. But the entry level are more the younger students that are coming in and getting hired and a different workforce.
Through the chair, I have a question. So with the wage progression, how, if it's seasonal, so it's, kind of a shorter window, how is that going to help them get to those higher wages? Like how quickly is it, like a 30-day review, a 60-day review, a 90-day review? What do those employers plan on doing to help see that after they get the training that they get the wage progression that they?
Yeah, it's 90-day review.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I look at this and there's a lot of roles that are sitting in that 20 and under. And it's just really knowing how it's helping move, I'm going to say the economy, and those individuals to be able to go into those, we used to call them the high road jobs. But really, when you think about it, ETP is there to create and retain high wage jobs. And some of these, I'm like, we're right on the edge of that opportunity to train for career advancement. So how is this really pushing to train for career advancement? When I look at some of these, I'm like, are these businesses moving them, or is it just we're giving them some training just to cover our basis in that sense?
Yeah, and going back to the seasonal workforce, they're learning during that season. And I'll tell you that they do retain those good workers, and they review that after the 90 days, and they hang on to them, and the training continues.
Yeah. And I know they follow the crops and the seasonal side of it. I'm not as worried about the seasonal. I'm more worried about the year round, because seasonal in that area is absolutely huge. And I know people retain, they repay more when they come back on recall. And, it's about how do you convert those seasonal into year round, the skills that they're receiving in their training in seasonal that maybe potentially allow them into full-time employment or upping the skill pay when they're doing that. So I'm looking more at like that security guard and how are we moving that one from the under $20 into the $20 to $25, that kind of perspective of allowing those incumbent workers to move up in the wages. In that sense.
Yeah, on the security guards, and that's a great one. We had a good conversation with that organization. They're really good partners with Soledad Chamber. They train them, and as they get continued certification, like carrying a gun and those kinds of things, and sharpshooter training, all of those types of things, they get promoted and the wages go higher. So.
Yeah, and I see our farm workers and machine operators are sitting in the lower end as well. And it's just like, how do you move them up? And like, how's this training building the skill to allow those employees to?
It does.
That's more as I look at this, my only, like, I'm going to say watch out feeling about where the wages are sitting on those. I don't know if anyone else has any questions or comments or thoughts. No? Anyone doing anything? I just raised my concerns. I know we're right near the end of the day, guys.
Okay, motion to approve. Sorry, get back to that page. Soledad Chamber of Commerce, contract number ET 26-0309. And the amount, oops. And the amount of $390,352.
Second.
We're in unison on second. It's good. All right. Do we have any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And there seems to be none in the room. So we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
All right. So we're all in favor. The motion's adopted and you're funded. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, and our last proposal, tab 20, is a proposal from South Orange County Community College District, Saddleback College. Saddleback is comprised of 3 campuses throughout Orange County, serving over 35,000 students each semester. They are a repeat contractor requesting $355,960 to train a total of 300 workers. Please note this project has been right-sized to not exceed their active project's anticipated earnings. And representatives from Saddleback are here to answer any questions.
Good morning. My name is Israel Dominguez. I'm the Director of Economic and Workforce Development at Saddleback College. And joining me is Jessie Chang. She's our Economic Workforce Development Operations Manager. I want to thank the panel for taking time to review our proposal and ETP staff to help us prepare this proposal. I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. And welcome back. Does panel have any questions on this proposal? I think as I look at this, we have an active project that's not performing as well. I see the reasons for it. I see a few others that have been sitting a bit lower. I think can you give us how we're attacking this new proposal differently than maybe the last one for a higher level of success?
Absolutely. First of all, our performance to this current contract was affected by losing a large client. And the reason we lost that client is because their risk management and legal counsel were very uncomfortable in providing sensitive employee information, specifically Social Security numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so to mitigate that, we've diversified and added a number of new clients in manufacturing across different manufacturing industries, for one. Number 2, we've migrated to a Citrix secure share file platform. So clients can share their files of sensitive information directly. They upload the information. No one else sees it. And then from there, we just upload all the information into the ETP Cal eForce. That in itself is huge. Okay, that's a big step forward. And then we're actually leveraging other funding sources through the California Chancellor's Office, the California Apprenticeship Initiative, CHI grants. That's entering into other apprenticeship programs with employers that helps us also address training for them. And then we're leveraging regional strong workforce grants also, but this is an EV technology and AI. Okay. And then we added AI as another new training topic on our training list, which is in high demand. And we're going to burn through $350,000 in no time. Because there's a lot of demand in manufacturing to upskill their workforce and IT tools, how to streamline and adopt those tools.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, comments from panel?
Madam Chair, just a comment. I understand that some of the training that you're doing is in support of shipbuilding. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you for asking that question. We are working, actually, we're part of the community college collaborative. And that means we partner with a lot of the community colleges in California throughout the state for different opportunities. And one of those is working with El Camino College. They're approaching, they have been funded to target the maritime industry sector. We'll be partnering with them to provide training, incumbent worker training across different industry sectors, which we have a lot of contacts and Department of Defense work. Okay, and that includes printed circuit boards. That includes, we added welding also as a new training topic to also serve that community. We have contacts, industry contacts in San Diego. One of the things that we have that makes us kind of unique is that we have access to software where we run queries by industry sectors, okay? And we can target those industry sectors because it provides the contact information, so we can contact those companies directly and offer our training program and the benefits of partnering with us through the ETP and applying the subsidy towards that training cost.
Really appreciate that context. That's an industry that we're very focused on at GoBiz and thinking about how California can, I'm going to say it's a legacy industry, but we know there's still a lot of active opportunity here in California that's being capitalized on. But really interesting to learn about that as we at GoBiz try to advance that sector more and make sure that as the federal government is focusing on that, as the US is looking at, repositioning itself there, we are putting California at the forefront of those opportunities. So thanks for providing that detail.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments on panel?
Motion to approve South Orange County Community College District Saddleback College, contract number ET 26-0307, and the amount of $355,960. Second.
All right, so I have a first, I have a second. Do I have any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And there are none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy. Aye. Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
All right, so we're all in favor. The motion's adopted. You're funded.
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All righty, that's proposals. Now we're going into, is it Liz next? Is Liz next in the presentations? Yep. Hey, Liz.
Hi, sorry for that short delay. I was just
That's all right.
promoted to a panelist, so it just took a second for me to log on. Hello and happy Friday to everyone. I'll be very quick. I'm here today to ask for an action item to approve our revised medical skills training guidelines. Thank you for displaying as well. We have been engaged in a comprehensive review of a lot of our policies at the policy committee for the past year and a half or so, especially looking at our pilots and guidelines. At our most recent policy committee meeting in April, policy committee finalized the revisions to the medical skills guidelines and moved that to panel for full approval, and that's what I'm here for today. So I want to go over the changes that we made to the medical skills guideline. If you would like, we do have it available here for display as well. It's in the panel packet as well. So the changes we made to the medical skills guidelines were as follows. We did a general cleanup for grammar. We removed the 50% cap on CBT training. We removed the allowance to fund a general orientation training for nurses. We removed references that benefit packages had to be proportional to the hours of time worked. We removed references to specific roster requirements, as well as removing the sample curriculum. We removed a comparison table that had been at the end of the previous guidelines, which really was comparing apples and oranges, so it's good that that comparison table is gone. And then I think most importantly, we revised the eligibility requirements of trainees to include not only allied healthcare occupations, but also community health occupations that require medical skills training to be eligible to participate in this program. So with that, I will ask if anyone has any questions, and I am going to request an action item to approve our revised medical skills guidelines.
Thank you, Liz. Does anyone have any questions on what Liz just presented on the medical skill guidelines?
I would just say I appreciate ETP staff work on all of this. But a motion to approve.
Second.
Any public comments on these guidelines?
There are no public comments online.
And there's none in the room, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill. Aye. Rebecca Bettencourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
All right, so those are approved.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Liz. The floor's yours. You're bringing us into that last
more
home
from me
stretch,
and then that's
but
it.
no
Yeah.
votes are needed, so they just got to listen.
Yes,
That's it.
yes.
You can ask questions, but no votes. Just remember that, guys.
Okay, next item is on the Social Entrepreneurs for Economic Development, round 3. This was a competitive bid process, and ETP released the solicitation for proposals for the Seed 3 grant on January 26, 2026. The application period closed on February 26, 2026. We also posted a notice of intent
I know. Yep, we're all good. Okay. I'm not sure where we ended,
I will
but
start over.
okay.
Yeah, I'll start from the
Sounds
beginning.
good.
So this is just a quick informational only presentation on the Social Entrepreneurs for Economic Development 3 grant awardees. So through an open and competitive bid process, ETP released the solicitation for proposals for the C3 grant on January 26, 2026. The application period closed on February 26, 2026. In addition, ETP posted the notice of intent to award to our website on April 30th, 2026. So a little background on the purpose of SEED. It is to support entrepreneurship among immigrants and limited English proficient individuals who face significant employment barriers. The C3 grant provides microgrants, entrepreneurial training, and technical assistance to target populations to help them start or sustain small businesses in California. For the C3 round, it was a total of $6,750,000 that was made available. And this was made available to 501c3 nonprofit community-based organizations or fiscally sponsored programs of a 501c3. We allocated the funds as follows. $5,250,000 went towards the Seed Entrepreneurship Program, and $1,500,000 went towards the Seed Worker Cooperative and Employee Ownership Program. ETP received a total of 124 applications for the C3 grant, and 107 of those proposals were under the Seed Entrepreneurship Program, and 17 proposals were under the Worker Cooperative and Employee Ownership Program. So after staff reviewed and evaluated all eligible applications, the scoring committee selected the following applicants for funding. So we broke it down, the awardees for the entrepreneurship program. There was 11 awardees. They are the California ETEC, Caravanserai Project, Chico Economic Planning Corporation, El Consuelo, California, Immigrants Rising, Inclusive Action for the City, Meta, Nurture, Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center, Time for Change Foundation, and Women's Economic Ventures. For the Worker Cooperative and Employee Ownership Program, we had 3 awardees, and that included California Center for Cooperative Development, Democracy at Work Institute, and Project Equity. Also listed on this memorandum is the amounts for each one of these awardees. Again, this is for informational purposes only and no action is required.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions on SEED for Yana?
I don't have any questions. I just want to make a comment, Jenna. I really appreciate this program and thanks for the updates on it. GoBiz actually has an immigrant integration program within our international team. We are really trying to do everything we can to uplift the really important economic contributions of immigrant communities to California, especially with all the noise that we're facing right now more broadly. So this work is really important. California's 27% foreign born and immigrant communities just have such a substantial impact in so many areas across our state that we should be really proud of and celebrate. So one is just sort of a general comment about the importance of this program. And then the second, this is sort of new to me. For those that didn't see it, the governor put out an executive order last week, or it was this week. Time has no meaning anymore. But the governor put out an executive order on artificial intelligence and looking at workforce impacts. One aspect of that executive order actually tasks GoBiz and our Office of Small Business Advocate to look at best practices and worker ownership models. So it's great to see the funding that's going toward the cooperative model and thinking about how that stimulates, high road jobs and opportunities. So just wanted to say that's great work and really appreciate the update.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right. I think we move to the next one.
Last one.
Last one.
Last item is on the Electrical Vehicle Infrastructure Training Program Fund. This is on the proposed guidelines that we're bringing forward to panel, again, for informational purposes only. So through an interagency agreement with CEC, ETP was allocated $3 million in funding to increase the number of EVITP certified electricians within California. As you remember, in 2025, we did award funding for this project to 15 awardees for approximately $1.7 million in funding and was working to solicit proposals to award the remaining funds. However, we did run into a programmatic designs of the contract, and the solicitation allowed advanced payments for administrative and support costs. There was a government code 11019.1, which allowed advance payments, but this was repealed on July 1st, 2025. As a result of this, ETP rescinded the prior notice of award for existing awardees and canceled the open solicitation for funding, which also relied on this provision. So ETP has since redesigned the program and is planning to resolicit all program funds in the near future. And these new guidelines that are attached in your packet lay out the program redesign. If you look at the top of the guidelines, the details of the changes are under the revision history dated May 29th, 2026. And again, this is for informational purposes only and no action is required.
Thank you. Any questions from anyone on this one? That is good. All right. Thank you. That kind of brings up the end of I'm going to say most of the formal stuff. It is coming to that time where I usually get crickets, but I'm just going to check that this is the opportunity for any panel member to bring any additional agenda items they would like to see in future panel meetings raised to the surface right now. Speak if you would like to. No. We're getting into vacation mode, aren't we? We've got a month off next month, except for policy. All right. So now we're going to switch over. As no one has anything to add, we're going to go to public comment. And this is truly that opportunity for the public to address panel on any issues not scheduled on today's agenda. We cannot act on the issues, but we may refer to staff for review and possible future panel action. All right. Any public comments? Doesn't look like it in the room.
We have one public comment online from
All right, thanks.
two. The first one is from Philip Pereira.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, good day, Chairman Betancourt, Director Grimes, members of the panel. My name is Phil Pereira, Managing Partner at Rare & Company. I also serve as Chairman for the Coalition for ETP and Jobs, a broad coalition of employers, labor partners, training providers, and educational institutions committed to strengthening California's workforce. We strongly support ETP as California's most effective job training program in the state's history. We are pleased that SB 1059 passed out of the Senate and is now with the Assembly. This bill is an important and practical modernization of ETP's statutory framework. If signed into law, it will give the panel and agency leadership the tools to modernize program administration while continuing to be strong stewards of employer tax dollars. We're also pleased to see that Governor Newsom's May budget revise includes ETP's full annual funding allocation, consistent with last year's. Over the next few weeks, we'll remain focused on protecting that allocation. All told, securing a full budget allocation for the next fiscal year and hopefully seeing SB 1059 become law will further strengthen ETP's successful partnership among labor, business, and government, and help to make the future even brighter for California workers. Thank you, panel members and staff. Have a great weekend. And the A's beat the Yankees tonight there at Raley's Field.
Thanks, Phil. Any other public comments?
We have another public comment from Sam Rodriguez.
Right, Sam, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, ETP board members and ETP executive staff and staff members. My name is Sam Rodriguez. I was a former ETP board member, currently the vice chair of the City of San Francisco Workforce Investment Board. This morning, I just want to recognize that California college graduates are navigating a very complex labor market with unemployment rate of about 5.3%, one of the largest in several years. And I want to continue to encourage the ETP panel and the executive staff to underscore the value of job creation and new hires as we enter the new fiscal year. California businesses with fewer than 100 employees account for about 6 in 10 jobs across the state. As the governor recently stated, California has more than 4.3 million small businesses, the most of any state. From a policy perspective, I would like to continue to encourage ETP to work collaboratively with the state's iBank. And given the stress on the economy, from a national perspective, obviously, ETP can be a valuable state agency and a leader in job creation, new hires, as we supply the career ladder supply chain during the next couple of years. And with that, I thank you for your public service. I thank the staff. I think we're ending the fiscal year very bright, given that we have a balanced budget. And so I thank the governor for his efforts working with the legislature as we move on. That ends my comments.
Thank you, Sam. Any other public comments online?
There are no other public comments online.
And there looks like there are no more in the room. So I guess I'm going to look at panel. Maybe they might be quick on this one. I don't know. But do I have a motion for, I'm not even going to say it. One of you don't need to do it. Isn't it coming time to adjourn? But I can't without.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
First, a second. We have to vote. We have to vote it. We get the vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Mike Greenlee.
Aye.
Emily Desai.
Aye.
All righty. I am going to adjourn this meeting at 12:01 and we'll see you all in July. Have a good summer.